5 cameras, one of which is 200 megapixels, 6.8-inch AMOLED display, 5000 mAh battery, S Pen, 4 years of Android updates and 5 years of security updates, 256GB of storage in the base model, all of that only for 1650 Canadian dollars or 1200 US dollars plus tax. That's the S23 Ultra and my first impressions of this phone. Let's get started. Hey everyone, it's Blade, and today I want to share with you my impressions for this Ultra phone with some flaws. Let's start with unboxing. It's a bit of a sad thing because the box is really small, it doesn't include anything except for the phone, charging cable and the SIM ejection tool. Of course some paperwork. Before it used to be much fun experience of unboxing. Right now still some brands do include like cases or something else, but the majority of the players on the market like Samsung, Google and Apple, it has a slim box and nothing extraordinary in them. I personally bought the dark green version, the olive version, call it how you want. This is one of the major colors for the S23 Ultra model line, and I bought it for a $300 discount on an official Samsung website, and I got this excuse for a case which is impossible to put on a phone, impossible to take off, and multiple people do say online that once you put it on, if you take it off, it will just break off. I was lucky enough to take it off from my phone, and I don't even want to try to put it again. They do put it as like $15 cost, like as a free gift when you purchase the Samsung phone, but it doesn't worth even being free in the package. This plastic case that I had on my phone for one day managed to make my phone slip out of my hand 5 times, so I removed it completely and I ordered a new case. And if you're interested which case I bought, you can follow me on Twitter at Ilya_played. I think it's called X right now, but I'll call it still Twitter. Follow me there and see which case I bought. If you have any questions about the case that I do recommend for the S23 Ultra, do ask me some questions in the comment section down below. The setup process for the S23 Ultra was quite simple. If you do have a previous S series phone or any Android phone, you can use Smart Switch. It's an application for your Mac, PC, or your phone, which you can directly transfer from one phone to another. Unfortunately, I had to give back my S21 Ultra, so my recovery was on my PC, so I connected my new phone with my PC, and within like 20 minutes I had all of my stuff from the S21 on my S23 Ultra. So I bought this phone mainly for cameras and the S Pen. So my first question was, are the cameras better on S23 Ultra versus S21 Ultra? Well, on paper, some of them yes, but not all. So cameras are better in the majority in terms of the specs. The 200 megapixel sensor is a good improvement from the S21 Ultra, allows you to do the crazy crops on the pictures as well as zoom. The quality and the details perceived in the pictures are amazing. However, Samsung does have some troubles with over processing the pictures. I'll talk about it later. The second thing that might be not a big improvement in terms of the cameras, it's the actual megapixel count that came from 40 on the S21 Ultra to only 12 on the S23. Even though the megapixel count is not the main thing on how you measure the quality of the picture, to be honest, some people do say the S23 Ultra has a better selfie camera than the S21, but on my personal photographs that I have, the selfies, they do have less details on the S23 in comparison with S21 Ultra. So it depends on what you want actually. If you want a more natural colors and less noise on the picture, the S23 Ultra will be a better choice. If we talk about the processing, Samsung does have some weird stuff going on. It is fixable with software. Specifically, if you just install an APK from a Gcam on your Samsung, you will get a more natural colors and less over processing. But if you use the 200 megapixel mode or 50 megapixel mode, some of the pictures, they do come out oversaturated and over sharpened. There are some fixes for that in the settings that you can turn off the sharpening, you can turn on the softening on the pictures that will reduce the sharpening, making it better, but you will still not be 100% satisfied with the pictures if you're a fan of more natural colors. Even though I do say that the 99% of the pictures that I take with my phone are amazing, it doesn't matter which mode I use, the 200 megapixels or just the regular one. I do also play around the Expert RAW app, which is the separate application for a camera that is kind of the same as just the Pro mode in the regular camera app, but it does have some additional things in there. So I do play around the settings in the Pro and the Expert Pro RAW. I still not sure if you want to do that. However, you do have an option, as most of the phones right now, to save pictures both as JPEG and RAW, allowing you to work with the brightness, contrast, and more in-level details of your pictures using the editing software like Snapseed or Lightroom. But the inbuilt editor of pictures in Samsung Gallery, it's also quite good. If we talk about the editing of the pictures, that's where the S Pen comes in. First of all, I was thinking that S Pen is a gimmick. However, the moment I started to edit the pictures on my phone, it is a savior. So each time you want to edit the precise spot on the picture, the Samsung Gallery app allows you to use the S Pen. Really cool. And when you need an object eraser tool, you can precisely draw around the object and it will remove it really good, in comparison with Snapseed, where the actual point that you use to remove any kind of object is just a circle. So it doesn't matter if you use your finger or if you use the S Pen, it's still going to be like a blob on the screen. That is not really good. And if Google decides to support the S Pen for the Galaxy, that would be a really nice addition. There are also other things with S Pen that makes life easier, like a quick note. So when your screen is locked, you just pop out the S Pen and you automatically have a note app open on your lock screen where you can do like any doodles or any quick notes that's going to be saved to your note app, the Samsung Note app. And it's really handy in terms of my work life and my personal life when I need to take down some notes quickly. I don't need to unlock the phone and go into the notes. I just take out my S Pen and I quickly write the stuff down. As always, it's an Ultra phone and the screen has to be great. So this time is a 6.8-inch AMOLED 2X display with 500 pixels per inch density. The resolution is 3088 by 1440 pixels, and it has adaptive rate from 120 Hz to 10 Hz. Some people do say that it doesn't go lower than 20 or 30 Hz in specific apps, but to be honest, the battery life was 5000 mAh and the adaptive display rate easily allows you to go through the day with the one single charge. I do use the protect the battery feature where I do not charge my phone more than 85%, and I easily get up like at 8:30, take my phone out of the charger, and I have the whole day until like 10 p.m. when my battery goes to 15%, for example. I do use my phone heavily. I listen to music on my Bluetooth headphones most of my days, and I do use Instagram, Twitter, etc. So I'm kind of a heavy user with Bluetooth always connected and my Galaxy Watch connected to my phone, always synchronizing the steps that I do. Gaming is also good on this phone. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy is the ultimate processor right now in terms of the Android devices. I'm not a fan of Genshin or PUBG on the mobile, but I did test the PSP emulator, which is called like PPSSPP. I played a couple of old PSP games like Loco Roco and Midnight Club. They do run exceptionally well, so if you need a phone for gaming and photography and everything, this is the ultimate phone that you can get. Overall, it is a great phone. It doesn't matter if you want to play games, take notes, do photography. It is an all-round good phone with a good battery life. The design is quite good, but I still prefer the S21 Ultra design. It just had a more unique look, even though the cameras are quite good here, and I don't know, it is still a nice phone, but I do prefer the S21 Ultra. The performance is great, and the price, to be fair, it's good if you consider the offers that Samsung has on their website. the student discount, any other discount for specific colors, or the trade-in values. Samsung does have sometimes a really good trade-in value for the older phones. However, in the past years, they did decrease it. I do know some stories from Samsung Discord that person bought their Z Fold 4 or 3, trading in their old phone and some other promotions just like for $100, which is crazy to hear. And he got like a Galaxy Watch, the case, the fast charger, the wireless charger. So it was like multiple things for a really great price. Unfortunately, it is nearly impossible to get same kind of a deal, but I personally saved 300 Canadian dollars on this phone. Was just a regular promotion on the Samsung website. So if you're interested in this phone, go ahead, check it out. The pricing right now, don't rush. Samsung does have discounts all over the year, so if it's not on sale right now and you do not need a phone urgently, just wait a couple of weeks and maybe a promotion will come out. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is the first video about my S23 Ultra. I will be making more videos about some accessories that I purchased or just the day in a life that I have with the phone. If you're interested in more updates that I have right now in between the videos, do follow me on Twitter at Ilya_played. If you call it X, do follow me on X. I don't know when people will actually start calling it X. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Now go play some games.